Hey, you ever been on a call with a prospect and part of the way through the conversation they hit you with the, "Hey, can you just send me some more information?" Yeah, I'm here to tell you right now that whatever document that you're going to send them, whether it be a PDF or a Google Doc, it's going to get ghosted. It's going to get lost in the inbox. I am sorry to say, and I hate to say it, but I don't want to waste your time. So if you're planning on concocting this huge, really elaborate, beautifully designed presentation that you're expecting them to read through, it's going to get lost in the sauce. Oh, and I should also add that if you think that this email that you're going to send them is magically going to convert them, I'm going to tell you right now that's not actually the case. You lost the deal the minute they said, "Hey, can you send me something?" And look, this is a super painful objection to overcome. I've heard it hundreds of times already. I work with a lot of founders that hear this quite often, and I want to spend this video, today's video, really reframing how to approach this particular objection. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to give you a really great objection handle on what to say, like an actual script on what to say to deal with, hearing the dreaded, "Can you just send me something?" By the way, if we haven't met yet, my name is Emmanuel. I am the founder, kind of chief talking head guy here in this cool little part of the internet. I also run a cool little consulting agency called Square Run Group, where really our mission is to help service providers grow and scale their business using systems. And this particular objection, I heard it a lot. Past tense. I heard it a lot, and I know a lot of the people I work with, a lot of colleagues, a lot of friends, a lot of clients, they all hear this exact same objection. And the truth of the matter is this objection isn't actually about getting some more information. Realistically, it's more about getting you off the phone because they don't really want to chat. Oh, and I should also add that everything that I do in all of these videos usually comes with a workbook. And if you want to play along with the workbook, link to the workbook is in the description below. Okay, first, some story time. So I was on a call with a prospect. I got hit with the, "Hey, can you send me something? I'm going to review it when I have a little bit more time." Now, I'm here to tell you, and I was actually coached by a lot of really great salespeople by this, that sending them something is not actually the solution. That's not how you end the call. What you actually need to do is you need to hit them with a question. And that specific question is designed to dig a little deeper. Now, in my world, my question was like, "Hey, so I completely understand. But it sounds to me like or when you downloaded my cool little guide, or when you booked the appointment, you said that you might need some help with setting up some automations with some Facebook ads. Is that still a big problem for you?" And chances are they're going to agree with you because that's the exact reason why they opted into having this phone call. So if that's the case, then the strategy is actually really, really simple. I would then just briefly at a high level walk them through what an actual solution would look like. And chances are, if they're susceptible to listening, I'll be able to book them into an actual, in my world, I call them strategy sessions, but at the end of the day, they're just basic sales calls. Okay, so now let's break down like what exactly is happening and why it's happening. The easy way to do it, let me break out a cool little model to help explain to you exactly what is going on. All right, so what we have here is the visibility matrix. Now, on the x-axis, we're gonna call this clarity. And then we'll say low clarity here, high clarity here. And then on the y-axis, we're going to have interest. Low here and high here. All right. So when we have low interest and low clarity, what we essentially have in this top right corner here is what is called a cold stranger. Now, what is a cold stranger? A cold stranger is someone that barely knows you and they don't really understand what you do. And if that's the case, if you're on a conversation with this person and they fall into that cold stranger category, then there's no point in chasing them. You should just let them go. Now, on the opposite side of this, below this, where we have high interest but low clarity, we have a different category of prospect. The category we have is the curious, but confused. Okay, so who exactly is the curious and confused person? Now, or prospect. This is essentially the person that is, they want the big picture of what exactly is going on, but they're not actually sure if it's gonna work for them. And this is essentially where you're gonna find the, I'll put it in blue, the send me something people. not a comfortable position to be in. Next, we have the low interest, high clarity section. So that would be up here. And I'm here to tell you, unfortunately, these people are the not for me people. These prospects are typically, they get what you do, but they find it not relevant, not valuable to them. And so your job here is to either reframe value or your value to them, or maybe just straight outright disqualify them. Don't even waste your time having a conversation. And last but not least, the zone where we really want to be in is the high interest, high clarity zone, which is what we call the hot and ready zone. Now, the hot and ready zone, they know what they want. They know when they want it. They want your help to take the next step. I'm here to tell you that the majority of people that you're talking to, if we're talking about strictly cold traffic, not referrals from people like friends, family members, colleagues, past clients, but strictly cold traffic like Facebook ads or cold calling, for example. For the most part, you're not going to find any of those hot and ready people. For the most part, they're going to fall into the other categories. And it's going to be your job to distinguish which kind of box or which quadrant they fall into. And usually the easy tell is if you get the, hey, send me something, they're going to fall into the curious and confused, or curious but confused category. Yeah, it's a tongue twister. But at the end of the day, if you're getting the, hey, I need you to send me something, all that this prospect is telling you is that I have a gap in knowledge and I want your help to fill the gap. And the problem is an email is not with your basic information, whether it be a PDF, a Google Doc, heck, even a video, it's not going to be enough to fill the gap for them. Inevitably, what needs to happen is you need to be able to get on a call to show them the gap that they're missing and express or explain what the plan is actually supposed to look like. Okay, so then the playbook here is real simple. What I like to do is I actually like to map out the plan with the prospect, even at a high level, but inevitably together on maybe a Zoom call. And the way I like to do this is by using this little model here. But first, let me preface something before I continue on. You see, when there is a gap in knowledge, this prospect, what they're looking for is a roadmap to or essentially a bridge to get over this little gap in knowledge. And so our job is essentially to create the bridge, to map out the turn-by-turn directions to get across from where they are now to where they want to be. And the reality is, if you did a good job relaying that message, then the likelihood of this prospect saying, hey, you know what you said actually makes a ton of sense. Can we work together? Because I would just rather have you help me implement this, is highly probable. So we need to get to the point where we can, at a high level, more than anything, express a form of a plan. So having said that, getting back to this is how I like to lay out the plan. I usually like to break things down into phases. So I'll start here in the middle with what is my big promise. And then I'll have phase 1, phase 2, and then phase 3. Now, typically, if I'm just triaging a prospect, or if I'm just having an initial conversation with a prospect and I get the, oh, you know what, can you send me something? Then what I'll typically do is I'll usually hit them with the, oh, well, you mentioned that you had this problem. Can you elaborate a little? Well, hey, I got a quick plan. Maybe this will be more effective for you. So at that point, what I'm typically doing is I'm just going at a high level through phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. But if I'm inevitably able to get onto a sales call with said client, then what I'll do is I'll actually map out the different steps required to get to that result. So this would be step 1, step 2, step 3 of phase 1, then step 4, 5, and 6 of phase 2, then step 7, 8, and 9 of phase 3. And if we can show them, as I mentioned earlier, the roadmap to get to where they want to go, the way to get across the bridge, then hey, magically, guess what? You're going to be more than likely able to close that client. Anyways, just a quick recap. Number 1 is if you're getting the, can you send me something? It's a smokescreen. They're trying to get off the phone with you. They're not really interested in talking to you. So your job isn't to actually send them something, because it's not going to work. They're not going to read it. It's not going to close. That prospect is not going to close. Instead, your job is to counter them with the initial pain point of why you're having this conversation in the first place. And then at which point, try to map out a plan. And as I alluded to earlier, remember, the curious and confused people, those are the people with the high interest but low clarity. And all your job is to simply do is to bridge the gap of clarity to get them into that hot and ready quadrant on the bottom right. Now, having said that, this isn't going to 100% work all the time. You might end up getting this particular objection inside an actual sales call. So let me give you the actual script that I use, that I teach my clients to use, that my team uses in order to overcome this particular objection. And here it is. So you're saying that you're going to think about it. You're not going to go home and sit on a rocking chair to make this decision, are you? Yeah, probably not, right? You're probably going to get on your phone, look at all your missed calls, or maybe return some text messages, scroll through social media, and carry on with your day. And then maybe 5, 6 days from now, a week from now, a month from now, you're going to encounter this exact same problem. You're struggling generating leads. You're struggling booking appointments. You owe all this money to the IRS. And then at that point, you're going to realize that you should have made a decision. Listen, you don't need time. What you need is more information. So let me help you with that. 3 questions. Question number 1 is, do you believe that what I'm offering you will actually work for you? Chances are they're going to say yes. Number 2, do you like me or us? You know, if we're talking about your company. And you could say this kind of jokingly or sarcastically, but at the end of the day, you want to just add a little brevity to the situation. And chances are they're going to say yes. And then question 3 is, do you actually have the funds to invest into working together? Usually this is where the true objection lies. Maybe they just don't have enough money. But if they say yes, then the next step is that you just follow a script. So you say, hey, can we both agree that you need to make an informed decision? Well, how can you make an informed decision without actually trying something? And then at that point, I've mentioned this on multiple videos before. It's always great to have some sort of guarantee, like a love it or leave it guarantee or a money back guarantee or something like that, just so people can actually try it. Because at the end of the day, they don't really know who you are. So you have to bridge that gap, and this is the best way to bridge that gap. By the way, I should also add some real talk. If you are refunding a lot of people because of your guarantee, chances are you have a broken program or a broken service. I would recommend fixing that first before trying to offer a guarantee, a money-back guarantee ad nauseum. All right, so just quick side note. Anyway, hope you found some value in this video. And if you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you're going to love this video here. Handles another really great objection.